All right, so we're going to take a look at the Philly offense against the Dallas defense. And I think as you're watching the game and just on paper, you're like, man, Philly offense is really struggling. But we would always have a saying that, it's never as bad, never as good. In other words, the games that you came out of and maybe you scored 40 points and, everybody in the world thought was awesome, never as good as you thought it was. There's always mistakes. There's always things to clean up. On the flip side, you walk away from a game like that, and especially the last 2 weeks for Philly, where it feels like they've really struggled on offense. Hasn't been as much productivity, a lot of mistakes, but it's never as bad as you think. And that's really what we're going to dive into with this game. I picked out some sequences in the game. Look, some of these sequences are good. The first 10 plays of the game for Philly is good. It's vintage Philly offense. It's a mix of Jalen Hurts in the run game. It's giving him some RPO options. It's creating some big time third down conversions with his ability to buy time and find his playmakers down the field. Like, there's some good stuff, but I think what got them beat in this game was penalties that put them into third and long situations, turnovers. I think they tried to force the big play at times, and that was probably a result of Dallas's offense being really good early on. And so maybe Philly's offense feeling like, we got to keep up. Probably tried to force the ball to A.J. Brown a little bit too much. Stephon Gilmore did a great job covering him. Not to say there weren't opportunities for A.J. Brown, but nonetheless, there was some easy completions that probably could have been taken just to sustain drives. Again, I think both of these teams are ball control type teams. And so Dallas was certainly controlling the ball in that first half. They ran 49 plays. So Philly, what do you have to do? You got to do the same. And control the ball. Take what they give you. Just execute your offense. And so we're going to dive into it, jump into these sequences, see what was good, and see where they need to improve. All right, so first drive of the game for Philly. We're just going to play this entire drive, and I'll go through it quickly, but we're just going to take a look at the things that I think that they really did well. So here's the first play of the game. And look, this is just Philly ball. And we're just running inside zone. It's exactly what Dallas did about 5 times in this game too. We're just going to dent the defense. These are 3 and 4 yard gains in the first half that turn into 6, 7, 8 yard gains in the second half. Why? Because you're just wearing down this defensive front. That's a good first play. 4 yards. Here we go, 2nd and 6. I love this play. This is one of Philly's bread and butter plays with Jalen Hurts. What do? They motion the back out of the backfield. Boom. And now you've got an option, right? You're going to throw this bubble over here. So you got this bubble. You got these blockers, right? Feel what's happening inside, right? If this defender stays here, then you're going to throw the bubble, right? Because you got him out leverage. You got, bang, 2 guys blocking 2, and you got this guy with leverage out here to go make a play. But if this guy vacates the pocket, what are you going to do? You're going to do this little swap block that Jason Kelce does so well. Man, take out this guy, and then nice big run play. That's what they get here. The minute that backer vacates, man, does it get any better than that? You can't run that enough. All right, next play. 1st and 10. I will say this, man. Dallas pass rush got after him. Both fronts in this game, the offensive line for Dallas and the defensive line, they dominated the line of scrimmage. It was really the difference in this game. So it's man-to-man coverage on the outside. As you can see, everybody's got their guy. Jalen's in this 5-step drop mode in the gun, so it's a long developing play. All right, he gets some pressure. That's all right. Throw it away. Live to play another day. You're good. All right, so here we are, 2nd and 10. This is one of those plays. Okay, I get it. A.J. Brown, he's your guy. He's pressed. Not pressed on nobody. He's pressed on Gilmore. Dallas's best cover guy, but nonetheless, you're going to take a shot. That's fine. Now, what could you have done? Well, could have just taken this completion right here. I mean, you got this defender who's 10 yards off. Now, he looks like he's pretty lax running this, but if this is just a flat route, he ends up turning his head. But, man, maybe we just take that, get a 7-yard completion. But nonetheless, you take a shot. That's fine. Don't hit it. All right, let's move on. What do we got? All right, this is a play that Philly runs quite a bit. You see it at least 3 times a game. It's this delay route up to the boundary. So what's that look like? Delay, 5 yards here. 10-yard, what we call bench route or in route by the tight end, right? You're clearing this thing out back here, flare in the back, he's your outlet, okay? But your eyes are right here on this defender, okay? If he gets any depth, you're hitting that, all right? This guy gets any depth, here's your first progression. If he stays low, then you're getting this bench route in behind. So good timing, good rhythm. Watch it from this angle. You're getting the QB view. Except this is about a 10-foot tall quarterback. Boom, there you go. All right, 1st and 10. Good drive. And it's doing all the stuff that Philly does well. All right, here we go again. Inside zone to the weak side. Both these teams run this play very, very well. Get these double teams up front, just like we showed in the Dallas cut up. Boom, you're getting these double teams here, double team right there, sealing this backside. Just let this running back ride the wave. There you go. All right, 4 yards a pop. That's good. 4 yards a pop in the first quarter. By the time you get to the second half, 6, 7 yards a pop. All right, so Philly bites themselves a little bit here. Get an offside, so they come back. Now it's 2nd and 11. That's fine. Just try to get a completion here. Zone defense, tight windows. Dallas knocks this thing out. So where are we at? We're at 3rd and 11. Jumping off sides. All right, 3rd and 16. All right, I like this. I like the scheme here. So you go 4 receivers here, but really what this is it's a bunch and it's a single receiver, right? So you're assessing this matchup, and then you got this 3 receiver combination here. What's this guy doing? He's really just there to nudge Micah and slow him down so that Lane Johnson has a better chance of getting in position to block him, right? We used to do this all the time whenever there'd be a really good pass rusher. And guess what? If Micah was on the other side, we'd have that guy just go to the other side and nudge him over there. So we would locate their best pass rusher, and we would try to slow him down. Man, don't let him wreck your day. Man, great play by Jalen here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of a classic route combination that teams will run on 3rd and long. You try to attract them down low with something, whether it's a shallow cross, whether it's just some kind of a sit route, but you try to attract them here and then run this in cut. Clear, cross. Boom. Jalen steps up, buys a little time, lays it in there. Man, great execution. All right, you got a good drive going here. Play 11. I love it. Again, inside zone weak, but it's an RPO. So you go inside zone weak. So just like we've seen now 2 other times in this game thus far, you're going to block, right? Here's your double team. Boom. Here's your double team. And then right here, Jalen is reading this end. You got this safety covering the tight end, man to man, but he's also responsible to fill this run lane. So he is very mindful of what's happening here with this play fake, right? If he sees Jalen hand this off, man, he's going to have to fill and go get this thing. But this is where you kind of put the defense in a bind is, man, you know his eyes are on this back. You just hesitate the tight end for a second. You bring this receiver down just to slow him up, get in his way. Now, the only thing is you just can't hit him. If you hit him right here, then it's a penalty. And that ends up being what happens. Otherwise, man, if you can just avoid. Don't run into him. You don't need to. He's already out leveraged. Don't run into him. Try to avoid him as best you can, and then you get a nice play. But unfortunately, you get the flag. They get called for a pick. So it puts him back 1st and 20. But that's all right. Man, right back to the well. Do what you do best. I like this run game scheme. Watch Lane Johnson, right tackle here. Boom. He's going to pull, and now he's going to be the lead blocker here on this weak backer, right? So otherwise you're down, right? You're down here. You got good leverage on these blocks. You're kicking out there, and you're going to pull this tackle around, lead up here. Hopefully these guys are occupied with that receiver there. You're going to fake this thing to get these guys leaning. And then, man, there is your run lane. Philly does a great job of setting these things up. And they have as good a quarterback running the football as there is in the league on these things. Powerful. He can run through the tackles. But in a very rare case, he coughs it up. So they had points on the board, field goal at a minimum. Otherwise, they're going to be sitting there at, call it 2nd and 8. They 12th play of the drive, so they're wearing this defense down. They get a good opportunity to go score. But turn the ball over. Credit to Dallas for getting it out. So now we're jumping to play 16. So this is on the second drive. So here's a sequence of plays just to kind of tell the story of the things that went wrong for Philly here. So again, just an outside zone, strong play. They're kind of flooding this strong side here. They've got a tight end already. They're motioning another tight end. So it's the strong side, outside zone play. Just nice job by the defensive tackle. We'll get a better view here of just running around this block. Boom. And making this play. All right, that's all right. Negative play, that's going to happen. So 2nd and 14, what are you going to do about it? I like it. All right, let's try to get a chunk of it back, which they do. 3rd and 5. Perfect. 3rd and 5, man. You got 20 plays you can call on 3rd and 5 and feel good about it, especially just man-to-man coverage, okay? Pretty obvious what Dallas is doing here at the snap. We'll go back a little bit. 5 guys walked up, so you got a 5-man rush. Here's the back matched up on that backer. Otherwise, everybody else is man-to-man, okay? So I see what Jalen's seeing. He's seen A.J. Brown and whoever this guy is. It's not Gilmore. It's one of their, 2nd or 3rd corners. Okay, I get it. But at the same time, he's trying to run a go route versus off, where you got also this matchup here. Devontae Smith running this just 5-yard in cut that, man, I love just taking that in this situation to be able to get a first down. But instead, man, he tries to take the shot. Again, I mean, this DB, he recognizes the mismatch. He doesn't want any part of A.J. Brown running deep, so he's going to give him a lot of cushion. And you end up throwing a long foul ball here when otherwise, look at where you could have gone here with this matchup right here. So again, opportunity to extend that drive. They try to force a big play, don't get it, and kick a field goal, but nonetheless would have had an opportunity to extend the drive. All right, so here's another sequence. 3rd drive of the game. So first drive ended with a fumble. 2nd drive ended with trying to force a big play, not getting it. They got a field goal out of it, but nonetheless could have sustained the drive. Here's the big plays, the big play opportunities that you don't mind taking a shot at, right? Short side throw to your one of your big playmaking receivers down the field, A.J. Brown. It's against their best corner, but nonetheless, man, we're gonna attack him. Great ball location, back shoulder. A.J. Brown makes the play. Nice job. All right, so here you are. You're inside the red zone. That's all right. It looks like they got up, tried to quick snap them. They just ran what we called sticky, so stick flat. So pause. You're just running these stick routes right here. Find a window, stick route, find a window. Otherwise, you got flats back over the ball, right? So let's just find a completion. Move on to the next play. All right. You don't really get much out of that, but that's okay. You're trying to just kind of get in your rhythm. And then these are the negative plays that just set you back. Great job by the Dallas pass rush. Micah Parsons up top. You watch it from this angle. This is actually a really good angle to see this pass rush by Micah. But also, watch Jalen's eyes. I can tell you exactly what his progression is here. We'll pause it. He's looking over the ball. He's got this tight end here. He's going to have this tight end running this hook here, and he's got a wide route. We call this Hank. Everybody in America runs this. All right? 1 to 2 to 3. All right? So as best you can, decide if you're going to throw the ball over decide if you're going to throw it here fairly quickly. So with this guy's presence here, I'm thinking, man, I'm going to go eyes there, but I'm going to be very quick to rip this. And if that's not there, I got to get it out here. And if I get in trouble, with some sort of a pass rush, I know I can always ditch the ball over here. Just throw it at this guy's feet. Avoid the negative play. Maybe he has a chance to get over there if he's thinking about it. Man, quick off that inside tight end and get to that outside hook. Bang. Slide, bang. But don't take the sack, because now all of a sudden you're 3rd and 18 as opposed to 3rd and 11. There's not a lot of plays you're going to call on 3rd and 18 and feel good about. Sure enough, Dallas gets aggressive. They go cover 0. So look at that. It's man-to-man across the board. Boom. They've rushed everybody, right? So you're going to be one man short. So Philly ends up squeezing this thing. So the free hitter's coming from there. And they end up batting the ball. So nice job, Dallas defense. Philly got down inside the red zone, 1st and 10. They were able to get a negative play on the pass play, negative play on the sack. 3rd and 18. They hit him with cover 0. Dallas is off the field. They only gave up a field goal. So here we are now, another sequence. So this is in the second half. So Philly got the fumble return for a touchdown in the second half. So they're down 27-13. Man, still very much in this game, despite everything that's happened. 27-13, and they're going down to potentially score and make this a one-possession game. But man, just indicative of how the Dallas Cowboy defensive line just dominated the line of scrimmage here. Man, just look how stout they are. Firing off the ball. On the flip side, where Dallas's offensive line was just denting the defense. Look at these. I mean, these are supposed to be double teams, right? But watch at these just stalemates with these guys. I mean, completely bottling this thing up. Really a great job by those interior defensive linemen for Dallas. And that's typically a play that is going to result in a 4 or 5 yard gain, but instead, 2nd and 11. That was a negative run play. All right, these are the plays where you're used to seeing the minute that Jalen gets outside the pocket, you're like, oh boy, he's either going to run for 12, 15 yards, or he's going to hit one of these big plays to Devontae Smith. And just a tick off. Look at it from this angle here. All right. Hey, he's outside the pocket. You love this. If you're Philly, you love this. Right? This is where the big plays happen. Just off the fingertips. It's a game of inches. All right, so now you're 3rd and 11. Look, I like the play call. 3rd and 11, I think you're in a 4-down mindset here just because of the nature of the game, the way it's been going. Field goals aren't really going to do you any good. Dallas offense has been rolling, so you need touchdowns. So at this point, it's 3rd and 11. You're not thinking about getting 11 yards. You're thinking about getting half of it, maybe a little bit more. So let's just get it into our playmakers' hands. Throw it to A.J. Brown. Let him go make a play. I mean, Dallas defense just rally, tackle. Gilmore's all over him. You're getting pushed by the defensive front. So here you are. You only get 2 yards on that pass play, right? You'd like to get 5 or 6. You only get 2. That's okay. 4th and 9. What are they going to do about it? All right, here we are. 6-man rush, but you got 6 to block, okay? As a quarterback, I love this. I love this. You got man-to-man across the board, man. You're going to pick your matchup, okay? You're man-to-man, man-to-man, man-to-man. This is a free safety who's going to end up kind of lingering here in the middle of the field, but otherwise man-to-man here, okay? So you got those matchups. What do you have inside? Well, when these guys are hitting it, you see Kelsey turn here. That means the running back's going to step up and block there. So, man, these guys got to be stout. They got to be stout. You're probably going to get a little bit of push, but that's okay. Just get some depth. Allow these routes to work. Again, nothing earth-shattering here, guys. Just a 6-man rush. Everyone knows it's man. It's off, man. And Dallas is just flying around, man, rallying, tackling. Gilmore makes 2 plays in a row. One on A.J. Brown, one on Devontae Smith. Just good ball. So some mistakes by Philly in this game. Turnovers, penalties, negative plays. But then it just came down to Dallas flying around. Man, the pass rush, pushing back the pocket. These blitzers blowing up running backs. DBs making tackles, not allowing the ball to get behind them, just staying on top. It's just good defensive football, sound defensive football. Great job by the Dallas defense all game long.